Hello everyone, this is a much more serious video than what I usually make. I'd appreciate if you watch this video till the end, which if you're subscribed to me that really shouldn't be an issue for you. So I know some of you have heard of #SaveGym, it's been going around GameJolt a lot. I actually made 2 posts about it myself, one on YouTube, one on GameJolt. And I thought I would make a video just to kind of explain it a bit more, go into more detail about what the situation is, and also give you guys an update on what's actually been happening since this whole thing took off. I'll get more in depth later on in the video, but to sum it up, basically there's this 19-year-old named Jimmy who has been kicked out of his house, was homeless for a bit. He does have a home now, but it's not permanent, and he's in really bad physical health because of his living conditions. You might actually know who this guy is. He is a FNAF fan game developer known as Juan Reviews online. He made the Return to Freddy's Anniversary Edition games. I'm currently showing you footage from TRTF 1 Anniversary Edition. I covered him and his games in the TRTF iceberg. Basically, it was a remake of the first 4 TRTF games. Originally, it was kind of a joke. They're not exactly joke games, like they're good quality games. Like as you can see, the graphics are really good. It kind of looks like FNAF Plus a bit. A couple of years ago, there was supposed to be the TRTF Windows versions. Like TRTF 1 was called Windows 95 Edition, TRTF 2 was Windows 98 Edition, and TRTF 3 was Windows XP Edition. TRTF 3 Windows XP Edition was the only one to actually get released as a Windows parody though, and on the 10th anniversary of TRTF 3 in April 2025, it got renamed TRTF 3 Anniversary Edition, whilst the rest of the games just got released as TRTF Anniversary Edition. Now, I myself don't know much about these games, I only played a bit of TRTF 1 Anniversary Edition, but pretty much everyone that I've spoken to said that the games are really good. And if I'm not mistaken, this is the only time someone's actually successfully remade the first 4 TRTF games. And it's definitely made more impressive by the fact that these were made from scratch, like it's all original models. And again, they look really good. Jimmy isn't the only person who was working on these games though, there was a lot of people involved. And you might have heard that in December of last year on the 11th anniversary of TRTF 1, TRTF Anniversary Edition got an update. And with that, you wouldn't expect the director to have been homeless and been going through all this. And the reason why is actually because he hasn't been involved in the series in quite a while. Maximum Vapor has taken over as director and is also working on a TRTF 5 Anniversary Edition, which is in the works right now. I actually used to be friends with Jimmy, and when I say used to be friends, I mean I haven't spoken to him in like 6 months because he hasn't been online due to his living conditions. He's actually the reason that I was able to get Scribby to show up to the 10th anniversary event of Fazbear's Return, which happened in my Discord server. That is something that I'll forever be grateful for, and I was able to talk to him again a few weeks ago at the 10th anniversary of Fazbear's Return 5 event. And there's no doubt that wouldn't have happened if the Fazbear's Return 1 anniversary event didn't happen. So now that I've kind of explained to you who Jimmy is, what's actually been going on? Why did I make this video? So basically, his family were abusive towards him in just about every way, mentally, physically, emotionally. And his mum kicked him out of the house last year, and he's been living with his dad and his dad's friend, who, his dad seems to be the only person in his family who's actually been taking care of him. Everyone else has just neglected him. However, though, they aren't very financially stable to take care of another person, so he has had a hard time getting food and, you know, all the stuff that he needs to survive, and as a result of that, he's actually been suffering from malnutrition. As you can tell, this is a really terrible situation, but I'm afraid it only gets worse from there. He recently had wisdom tooth removal surgery, and they found out that the roof of his mouth was smaller than what it should be. This has caused him to develop sleep apnea, which basically makes it so that you stop breathing from time to time when you sleep. And his sleep apnea is really bad. Whenever he tries to sleep, he wakes up after about an hour or 2 and finds it difficult to go back to sleep, so you can imagine how sleep deprived he is. This is also something that will gradually get worse over time. There's been 2 incidents where he completely stopped breathing while he was asleep, but luckily he was able to wake himself up. And it's possible that had he not woke up, he could have actually suffocated. This has also made it so that he can't get a job as he's always exhausted due to a lack of sleep and constantly has jaw pain. Luckily, this isn't irreversible, but he's going to have to undergo another procedure. Basically, the surgery will expand the roof of his mouth and his jaw since his jaw is too pushed back as well. This will make his airways bigger and will eventually cure his sleep apnea. However though, the surgery is going to cost $14,800 US. Luckily, that won't need to be paid all in one go. He'll first need to pay $1,480 for the surgery, and then he'll need to pay $600 every month until he pays it all off. This will make it so that he can actually sleep normally and breathe properly. To help the cause, there has been a GoFundMe set up by Thomas White, who you may know as ChronicAlcoholic online, who of course deserves a massive thank you for initially starting this #SaveGym thing, and he also reached out to me to make this video. The goal of the GoFundMe is $15,000, as the time recording this is currently at $3,041. The $15,000 goal is basically enough to get him back to living a normal life again. I've left the link to the GoFundMe in the description, and if you have enough money to spare, then please consider donating, even if it's just as little as $1, as it will help. The best thing you could do to help besides donating would be sharing this video around or making a post about it yourself, especially if you have a following. We're trying to get this out to as many people as we can, so if you happen to have tens of thousands of followers on any site, I would definitely recommend promoting this. On the first day the GoFundMe went public, we actually managed to raise $1,500, and that was mainly thanks to the amount of people who were promoting the fundraiser. So that's basically why I decided to make this video, to raise awareness of the situation. Hopefully it might get more attention than just a community post. Like I said, the GoFundMe is in the description. Any little helps if you want to donate, share this video with others, make a post about it, just help spread word about the situation. Any little will help.